Okay. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Ben's Brick Designs. I'm Ben. Happy Sunday. Happy International Lego Day for those who celebrate. Big events going on today, coming up all over the world for International Lego Day. I know several lugs are celebrating by being in locations and just kind of being out and about doing Lego stuff. Our group is going to be doing something at our library in February, so not today, but we're going to do ours on February 11th, and we're going to have, if I can round up a few more people to do mocks for display cases, and then we're going to be doing a couple workshops and some big area things with loose brick, probably building bridges, maybe a workshop on how to make space area things, since space is the big theme. So to that end, we'll get right in it. First off, I'd like to show, this is the latest build I did. I got all the parts for it, and let me turn on the build camera here. So this is the Ornithopter microfighter. It's all done. It's I had to get quite a few pieces for this one, honestly, but I had some of them. I didn't have any of these wing pieces, these blades. I think they're like what's the word, bionicle blades or helicopter blades. I think there's some helicopters that use those types of things. I had to rebuild it because somebody on Instagram built it, and they said the front end doesn't attach. So they sent me pictures where the front end wasn't attached to anything. You could build it, but it wasn't. And I was like, oh, so lesson learned on the difference between building something in studio and building something in real life. Rears its head again. Tomorrow is the day. They would do International Lego Day on a Monday. I thought it was the 28th. When I looked it up, it said it was the 28th, but I could be wrong. Thanos weapon too. That's right. His double-bladed blade thing. Just so you know, I didn't plan well on my coffee consumption, so maybe at some point during the stream, I may be going and refreshing that, but we'll get to that anyway. So I also added... oh, tomorrow's the day your thing comes in. That's right. I also added a bit of landing gear back here. Technically, this flips up and rotates so it gets out of the way. So it's like that when it flies. And then when it lands, it's not the greatest because it kind of doesn't 100%. It's not flush, but it looks, I think it looks cool. So it lands pretty well, and it's very stable now. And I fixed up this whole front end, so there's a nice big plate holding the whole thing together. Then I redid a couple of things. The downside is, instead of like a nice, one of those what I call seat tiles, it is just a plate now. So the minifigure is definitely in there. The minifigure is just a kit bash of Frodo's head. I'm going to move this out of the way a little bit because it's very bright right behind that light. So it's Frodo's head on a Blacktron suit, but that's what I came up with last minute for a kit bashed Muad'Dib in a still suit. And then it's got a Chris knife. I would have liked to have had the there's a minifig utensil. That's like, it's like Ventress or Dooku's saber or something, but it looks like wrapped and it's curved. That's what I would have liked for this, but I did not have that piece. I might try to get it. It really depends on what the set comes with. The set comes out on Monday. Or no, Thursday. Thursday of next week. February 1st. So yeah, I'll put him in there. So wanted to show that off a little bit. All right, so on to the next project. The project that I really need to get back into is getting the Mars base all done. And what I want to try to do is take my existing Mars base, which is basically, it's over here, and I don't know if I want to pull it out just yet, but you've seen pictures. It's a 2-layer thing with tubes. It's on a big orange plate and has a dome on it. Our build challenge what's up, Frankie? Our build challenge, whatever it is for Brick Rodeo, is building up. So try to make things tall. So the idea I had, since I've got 3 or 4 of these sets, I bought a couple from another lug guy in Dallas, and I thought maybe other people would want them, but I pushed for like 4 or 5 months and nobody really wanted anymore. So I was like, fine, well, I got these sets now. So I've got 3 in box and 1 already built, and I want to take them and make the domes stackable. So it's like a big tower of domes. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but the first step is to open all these up and part them all out. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. What was that? I think my cat is weird. All right. Oh, I think I know what it was. I heard a crash somewhere. Am I going to do a vlog on the first? That's not really my style. I mean, you can look to Emmasaurus or Gene's version to do that. I'm not a vlogger. It's not really my thing to like record stuff and then go back later and edit it to make a nice thing. I could live stream it, but the problem is I'm taking time off of work to go to the Lego store. And I don't want to really advertise that. I'm going to say that I'm going to go run an errand. But I also don't want it to be like, hey, I'm out not going to work and look at me at the Lego store kind of thing. So I'd really rather not do that. There are other people who do vlogs and stuff. I'll go get a blade. I'll be right back. I might just take the day as a vacation day just so I don't have to worry about it. Oh, Frankie, do you want one? I told the lug in emails and at meetings so many times, if anybody wants an extra lunar base to build your Mars base, I've got some. They're mine now. So, like, I tried. I'm a little down on the lug right now, honestly, with 2 of you in here. Present company excluded. It's been crickets. It's been absolute crickets lately. Oh, you know what this means? More solar panel stickers. That's cool. Maybe Missy will want those for her solar panel farm. Oh. I was about to come through the microphone, man. I'm like, no, come on. Good morning, Vab. How are you? All right, cool. Yeah. So I'm down to 1, 2, 3, 4. That's good. I'll do a 4 tower. That'll be good. So I'm just parting this out today. So this may be kind of boring, but we'll talk about stuff. So yeah, International Lego Day today. If you didn't catch it, friend of the channel, Johnny Builds, did an attempt. Didn't make it, sadly. He did a world record attempt at the Millennium Falcon. What I might do is just keep these bags together for a time and then part out some of these bigger pieces. This is not really a this space kind of building thing, but I don't know what else to do with it really. And I may move some of this off and put the Mars base back up here and talk about what I'm going to do to it. So he made Johnny Builds made an attempt yesterday at a world record speed build of the UCS Millennium Falcon and didn't make it. Came about 3 bags short, which sounds like a lot, but when you consider they are from getting and then it's blacked out. I can't see what. Getting your car fixed. Okay, tired and sore from getting your car fixed. Discord was busy. The problem with the Discord channel is there's like 15 people on there. And it's not everybody in the group. I've had a couple people complain about, I'm not going to use Discord. It's like, well, it's where we talk, man. I try to put as much information on email as I can, but we get chatty in Discord. I'm talking more about like signing up for things. People are very chatty when it comes to like, hey, I want to sell something, or hey, this new thing is at the store, or, you know, stuff like that. But I don't know. I'm worried that the Lego Day thing at the library isn't going to happen because I can't get anybody to like really commit to it. They have. I'm just mentally, I'm mentally preparing for a big failure. When that's not really the case. So this is all going to be taken apart. Guess I'll take this apart. This set involves a little crater, a moon rover, 3 astronauts, and 2 of these people. So in this case, the domes, first of all, dusty. It's been sitting over on the shelf for a while. I'm going to try to build the domes as is. And then the tops will change from this, where you can open this up, to something that you can stack. So it'll come through as, I'll probably put a circular plate there. Although this is really nice. This is a really nice piece to keep these from like kind of bowing down on it. Probably put a circular plate there and just extend it up and have it extend through here. So get a couple like really long Technic poles and stuff. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, so this gets all taken apart. This is all very dusty because, again, it's been sitting over on the thing. But this is where the solar panels would go. Actually, I should dust this all off. I'm very excited about the Mars base in general because LEGO has been doing such a big pitch for space this first half of the year. The space sets are all coming out. The CMFs are going to be space. It's going to be great. Other themes are kind of coming into space a little bit, like Friends is coming into space. So I think it's going to be great. And I think it's going to be a really exciting thing to have at Brick Rodeo this year. So again, if you're able to come to Brick Rodeo, it is July 4th through the 7th. We've added an extra public day, our public time slot. So it'll be Friday night at 7 to 9, 2-hour time slot, and then Saturday all day, Sunday all day, right? Or whatever the all day is. It's like 10 to 6, I think. And it's in 2-hour segments. So if you get a public day ticket, it's like 10 to 12, and then there's a half-hour break, and then 12:30 to 2:30, and then a half-hour break, and then 3 to 5, I think. So make sure you get your public tickets if you're in the Austin area. If you want to travel to be here, we've got 75%, I think the last check of our what's it called? Exhibitor or all access passes sold. So if you want all access passes, and the prices are going to go up February 1st, I think. Trying to remember what we decided. They were 90 early bird pricing, and now they're going to go up to 110. So for your 4-day all access pass, it's 110. That gets you the ability to display a mock, gets you a bag full of loot, like a shirt. It gets you the con build, which I'm not going to talk about because that's a surprise. And then any other baggies of stuff for like games or workshops or things. And then it gets you like a bag of parts, like a door prize bag of parts kind of thing. And for the day they'll go up, right? For the day passes. So they go up from 20, or is it? Anyway, they go up on the 1st. So keep an eye out for that. I know some people said they want to try to travel from other areas to get here for it. So please look into that. So here's the Mars base. So what we're going to do is I have parts. I don't want to do, this is just a temporary thing. I don't have parts, or I have parts to make this a dome. But what I might end up doing is I also have more parts to make another section. So what I might do is do a 3rd section and then start doing domes. So like this can all go away. This is about as wide. That's the same plate. This plate is actually, yeah. So we'll have extra plates, right? This piece will be available. They are different colors because these are dark gray and these are light gray, but it's the same plates. So I'll be able to make use of that. So the first thing that happens is I'll probably skip ahead in the instructions and build some of these domes. This lady is laying down. She's on her phone. This is a really great, I really like the inside of this dome. I really like it. I tried to recreate it in our dome with having like a ladder inside it. So it looked like they could get up from the inside because there's nothing in these. I don't know if you can see, there's really nothing in here to see. So my hope is that because we had to keep the part count low, my hope is that we could, that people could just put whatever they wanted inside here and make it kind of fun for themselves. And for people who look in it kind of from the side, and if they end up lighting it, they can see what's on the inside. That's why I tried to keep these as like open windowy as I could. So the insides could be visible as well as the greebled outside. So I know it doesn't hold up real well, but I think it'll work. So if we do a bunch of these stacked on top, right? We'll do one here, and then like there will be one right here. So we'll go up another like that, and then put this one up here, and we're going to slowly be out of camera range. But I envision it being probably 3 feet tall on top of the already standard things. So yeah, and I have bags and bags and bags of extra pieces. So this table's going to cleared out. So it'll be my new build space because I want to kind of get this done while I'm waiting for parts for Horizon. So I think what we could do is maybe just build the dome part of this. Let's see if we can just do that. Just build a few domes. Let me see. So we'll switch to instructions, build with instructions, and we'll see if we can find. I was looking at, oh, I got a thing on Beyond the Brick. That was kind of fun. My little Dune Ornithopter got posted on it. That was fun. I posted it on Reddit or somewhere, and it, I think that's where they saw it. That's always exciting. There was a good number of years where I was very like the only thing I wanted was to be featured on Beyond the Brick. I think a lot of people do. They're like, oh, if I could just, you know, have them link to my page, that would be all I'd need. And now years later, and a few of those, it's like, yeah, that's kind of cool. This is Mars Lunar. So if you get a chance, what set number is this? 60350. Go by Johnny's site on go to Johnny Build's YouTube channel and give him a congratulations for his attempt on the world record setting UCS Millennium Falcon. He was a few bags short. He wasn't really feeling good. He was off. He was fresh off of a having a cold, so I know that's no excuse, but I know he wasn't really feeling it. So, but he made a valiant attempt. I watched a good part of the. Let's see if I can find a good chunk of the day. Tried to hang out and chat with him for a good chunk of the day. He wasn't responding to anybody in the chat usually because he was obviously busy doing his build. And I felt a little anxious because people were stopping by his table because they did this at what about inverting one side, making it a sphere? I'd thought about that. That's not out of the realm. Maybe like a regular dome, a sphere, and then a top dome. So like there's a middle. Or a multi-sided, you know those like, have you seen the starships that are like, they've got domes on like random sides like this, like vertical? But then I'd have to redo the insides. And it does have gravity, so it's not like we can kind of futz with gravity a little bit. But a dome would, circular thing would be cool, and you could have like plants growing from the ceiling. That'd be pretty cool. Said Robot Bend. No excuse for having virus. Valter, that name that they listed under is a screen name of mine on Reddit. I should probably change that. That's why I knew it was Reddit. It doesn't have the Ben's Brick Designs thing. I changed it on all my other socials. At the time, I wasn't going to Reddit a whole lot, and I was just like, yeah, it doesn't matter. So this was bag 7. So let's just go ahead and start on bag 7 and see if we can maybe make a dome while we're sitting here. And then I can adjust them to be whatever, but it'd be kind of cool to have them just kind of in place. Give us something to do while we're doing this. So this comes with the dome pieces. Yeah, and that's cool. Like, I don't mind. So here's the dome pieces. Now, something I noticed when we were breaking these out and we were ordering parts for project support is that some of these, I don't know if this is one of them or not. Let me get mine. Some of the dome pieces that we got were kind of different colors. I don't know if it's because they were stacked weird or what. I'm gonna see if these are different because I felt like the ones we got from LEGO were different from the ones we got in the set. There is a difference in color, but it's so very slight. Yeah, I don't think you can tell on camera or not, but this is a little bluer than this. And this is what came in the set. And this is what we got from project support. Actually, now that I look at it, that should be the set, and that should be project support. Yeah, what we got from project support seems a little thinner than what we got from the we got in the actual set. We're rolling over here. Kind of weird. So I kind of noticed that. I don't know if it's like a big enough deal, but at a distance, nobody's going to care. I was able to visit the event and cheer Johnny on. I popped in Johnny's stream away for a minute. Yeah, he, I could tell he wasn't really feeling it. And he was really like at the go, like you do, like you know, get go kind of thing. Also, I didn't realize that you could start with the box open and all the bags ready to go and like your instructions sitting there. I thought it was, here's your box, go. You had to open it. You had to get all the bags lined up. Like that was part of the process. But apparently you can have all the bags kind of ready to go and you just start. So I would say we had to leave for a friend's birthday thing at like 6. So I know he went for like another hour after that, my time. And I checked back in when we got to the place and was like, well, stream's done. I guess he didn't finish. But you could tell like the last few hours, his energy dropped. Like I think he was just not feeling good on top of everything else. This phone charger is not great. But I'm glad he made the attempt. I'm sure he's glad he made the attempt. Put these back in here. Actually, put them in here. Try not to scratch them too much. In the end, a day spent building Lego is not a bad day. This was, correct me if I'm wrong, Vab, this was a Steel City Lug International Lego Day event at a mall in Pittsburgh somewhere, or outside of Pittsburgh. And so there were other lug things going on, but he was doing this thing specifically. And we also got spacemen. We could build space buggies while we're at it. So I think it was fun. I think he did a remarkable attempt. I don't think I'd be able to do it. Like the whole time, the toxic trait of, I could do that. Okay. I have to turn this off now because I'm texting with Will and Justin. We're playing Movie Grid, and like every day we'll send each other our results. And I'm like, not now, guys. Trying to do a thing. So if I were to redo this, I don't know that I would do beds in everything, and plants and everything. So what I might do is build them with the bottom and the white parts together, and then maybe not the middle parts, although they seem to be holding some stuff together. But we'll see. Because I haven't decided yet. It's going on today as well. Cool. As long as you had pictures that it was a sealed set. Yeah, it was about 8 hours. I noticed he was really starting. He laughs a lot when he talks, and you could tell like about 3 or 4 o'clock he's like ha 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 ha. Like it wasn't. I'm like, dude, you are sick. Somebody get this guy some Gatorade or some Ensure and let him go lay down. He just was not doing well. So I'm just doing this to get like some of these pieces out of the way. Not necessarily what I want to be built here, but it also allows me to get the figures out. We're gonna have a lot of moderately shaven astronauts. So the thing about our Mars base event, God, that's so bright. I wish this wasn't as bright. There we go. Is that Zisoo? What's up? Movie Grid is you can just go to it on your phone. It's charged. Moviegrid.io. And it gives you can't really see this. It gives you a layout, and along here it says like somebody's name and then a type of movie. So like, it's like Javier Bardem and Daniel Craig. So you have to put in a movie that Javier Bardem and Daniel Craig are in. Or $100 million plus box office run. So a movie that Javier Bardem was in that got that thing. And then Javier Bardem and released from 2024. So you've got 9 guesses to fill it in. It's like Wordle, but with movies, right? So then at the end, it says, yeah, you're out of guesses. Do you want to copy your score? So then we'll send each other our scores and be like, which one did you miss? And which one did you miss? And moderately shaven astronauts, otherwise known as space stubble, cosmic stubble, astro stubble. Unless you're the female figure, in which case you could be shaving, you could not be shaving, whatever. Moderately shaven astronauts. Yeah. Make an aquarium. Oh, that'd be great. Because then I could sing We're Whalers on the Moon. I could have Futurama figures in here. So let's see how much I can put together without using the plants. And we can just kind of have a basic structure, and then we can use that basic structure to come up with other things. And then I could use some of these plant pieces for Horizon Zero Dawn. So I'm very happy with something I did this week. I parted out from my collection as many as the remaining pieces for my machines as I could. And I was looking at this and was just like, I know I have some of these pieces. So I went through my giant tote of parts and was able to find maybe 100 or so of the pieces I needed, which was very exciting. I only went through one of the giant tubs that I have. I'm not going to go through the second. And I've got sets that I could take apart that might have those pieces, but I'm not going to get to that point. It's worth it for me to say, all right, I've gone through a giant pile. I've gone through a giant sort, and that's fine. I'm okay now with spending $100 to get parts or whatever it's going to cost. That's okay. I feel good about doing that. You weren't hearing moderately shaven astronauts. Nope, that was actually what I was saying. So the difference is these sets come with these type of astronauts. This whole sort of slightly realistic astronaut core, right? With these spacesuits, it's all falling apart. And I lost a piece under here. I don't know where that went. Oh, there it is. Got too much stuff going on. So it's these gold visored astronauts with like the cool backpacks, right? They come in some of these sets. And then you've got the orange jumpsuited, slightly environmental suit ones. But then for our project support, we got classic space astronauts. So this is going to be a mix of classic space astronauts with interesting faces. So we've got scared face, we've got white and red astronauts, scared face, serious face, happy face, happy face. So it's going to be kind of a mix. So I don't know anything on the table today. So I don't know how we're going to do or what people are going to do, but it's going to be interesting to see what people are going to do with their astronaut core. What's up, Kodiak? I saw Kodiak on Johnny's stream yesterday too. That was cool. So right off the bat, yeah, it looks like it uses some of this. So what I might do is I'll keep these three things. What is the third or the fourth side going to be? It's just a plate with that in it. Okay. What I might do is, this guy has a spoon. So I think I'll do, because I have parts for the dome for this. And these are lights. I did too, like I was sorting and had it on in the background. And no reason other than to like every once in a while jump in and say, hey, everybody who's coming here from his stream, make sure to go to like this video and subscribe to his channel and all that stuff. So it looks like this is about as far as I can go before I get the, there's one more. This is about as far as you can go before having to put the brown on it. Now, if I wanted to do more plants, that's fine, but I don't. So let's see. In replacement of that brown, those brown pieces, it looks like you can just kind of put whatever you want. So extra of these. And this is going to be kind of bed area. What was up here? Okay, wedge plates. So not knowing exactly what I have for the other dome, I think it's exactly the same thing. I think all I did with the other dome was change the circle area. So that's about as far as I can get with that. But let's do the middle. I think I can do... So all this gray and brown and green is out. This piece itself is going to be for like a sprinkler. This has this on it. That's a sprinkler. It waters everything in the whatever. Really? Okay. So this is part of our project support. We were able to get these two as part of the order. So I guess that's cool for people who do project support. Let's just do, because I feel like I have a lot of these pieces. Let's go ahead and remove this. Stick those aside. And I know I'm going to be jumping around a lot today, so I apologize. I have to go all the way around. This is all closed off. So these three pieces and those. Okay. I think I can remember that. What's different about this one down here? These are going to be beds. That's why that's like that. So we don't need to do that. That's fine. I think I can do 2 sections and then a workstation. Yeah, we can do multiple sections and workstations. These don't have to be beds. They can be storage. They can be anything. So I need those lights. I want those lights right there. Actually, if we're just going to do... We can keep that. But on this side, we'll do the same thing. So 2x6, 1x4. Okay, this will hold me over for now. I don't want to leave the camera too long. Old gray. Boo. But I did get blue. So we'll do this, and then this. And then, let's see. Oh, wow. So I need more of these. Good to know. Don't think I have too many of these corner plates in this color, but I think in the project support order, I probably got some extra. And there was that piece that I missed. There we go. Okay. All right, so go check on that real quick. Just bring the drawer over here and work on it. A stack of these. That is a weird blue. That is a weird old blue. Is it just faded? I thought it was a dark blue for a second. Look at that. How old that is. This one. So we need dark blue. Don't know how much dark blue I have, if any, and I don't know how much I ordered. If it's built anything like this, I probably should have a lot, but I need extra for one side of everything. Also, it doesn't have to be dark blue. It could be black. In fact, nobody's going to see inside of it. Why don't we just do just that? I'm going to make this black. Because I don't care. It's going to be swimming amidst all the other ones that it really doesn't matter. Yeah, that was seriously faded. I almost want to pull that out and keep it as like a memento. Which is, and it's weird because it's faded underneath it too. Like it's just generally old. That's crazy. I'm trying to think of what classic space I would have had this in. Because I didn't keep a lot of classic space. I kept a lot of Futron. I'll be shaving my astronaut minifigs moderately. What's up, Greg? Welcome back. Different chemical mix in the blue, like grays. Yeah, maybe it's like an old... It's a light blue. And a dark blue. Yeah, so this is what I wanted to get to, was this kind of slope section here. Because I think I'm going to need more of these 1x2 white slopes, unless I figure something else out. Because I think... Oh, don't start up another OBS. I accidentally clicked on OBS again. Open. Ben just disproved those of us who say Lego did color better back in the day. Did I? If anyone's looking for a great reference, a great base building game PC called Planet Crafter, a lot of those structured in the game are similar. Right on. Planet Crafter, you got it. Let's see. TechSlug, My Drive, TechSlug, Project Support, Mars Base. Do I have Dome or do I have just... What did I do in here? Oh, I doubled up on the plants. All right, well, that was not forward thinking of me. So this is what I did for our section of the Mars base, is I doubled up on the plants. So instead of having more sleeping quarters, And you see, I tried to keep it so there was a hole in here if you wanted to do like plates around this and leave an opening and like stick a ladder down in there so you could have like a walkway or something in the middle of it. Again, this is all very hidden. It's going to be tucked away. No one's really going to be able to see it, but it's for your own building enjoyment to do stuff like that. The Jetsons. That's kind of what I was going for, is like a semi-futuristic kind of thing, but like what the future would have looked like to people in the 60s or 70s. Lots of domes. Now that we've got like, I think they're probably the most realistic, and it's still going to be the case because some of the most realistic shows that we've got, For All Mankind, Expanse, stuff like that, they're still using domes. For All Mankind hasn't got to the dome phase yet. It's all pretty much like corridors and sort of like hexagon main hubs with like corridors shooting off of it. They don't have a ton of domes yet that I've seen. But yeah, you can see here I doubled up on the plants. I guess they need more plants than they thought. So, so that makes me think maybe I should be doing, see, and then you've got like your nursery over here, your small plants. They need to be watered a little bit before they get transferred here. And here's your control center. I thought it was pretty cool. So let's revise a little bit and go back to this and see if we can, I don't know if we can double up on this at all instead. So that'll keep us from having to use, I'm pretty sure I have more of these pieces than I do of these white slopes. So that's going to be a deciding factor because I don't want to have to, I want to build with what I've got, and I don't want to have to order more pieces for this. Just build with what I've got. The other problem I have is I need to get this all on like a giant build space. Oh, this is so hard. These dome things, or these slope things, are the hardest pieces to get off. There's no groove underneath it. It's 2 levels. You have to really get under that with a nice new brick separator. Because I do have some dulled brick separators with like, there's a little notch in here where I've been trying to dig under things just like this. And over the years, even that plastic will give way. I'm sure we all have some of those. But I mean, domes are primarily for, I would think domes would be for plants. So I think I'm okay doing multiple domes of multiple plants because that makes the most sense. They need light. And humans don't necessarily need light to sleep. So it doesn't make sense that there's sleeping quarters in these. In fact, I might change that to, come on, man. I might change that to be not sleeping quarters because I feel like for this set, it's fine. For the set, it's fine. There's no other place to sleep. Oh, and something I didn't know about this set until recently, it's supposed to do this. Will not come apart. It's supposed to raise and lower. Well, that worked out not well at all. It's supposed to do this raise and lower thing, right? Because there's a vehicle that it connects to. So this is kind of cool because these are different sets. But I love these where they kind of slide and then open. That's really cool. I like that a lot. But like this vehicle will come up and line up to it, and just like that, and it lines up. Isn't that cool? 2 different sets. And then, you know, I don't know how it drives away without them leaving that open, but whatever. And then that closes and it can lower back down to the ground. It's pretty cool. There's a giant gap in here. So hopefully there's doors in here somewhere that are like somewhat sealed off. And again, this is very dusty. So these are more sets that I'm going to be using. And I might just include these in the build. Like, there's no reason not to, because they look kind of cool. All right. Yeah, I don't know what I was looking at the other day. I'm like, no kidding. That's what that's supposed to do? All right, so where were we? So let's do, instead of this, let's see if we can get away with making 2 rows of plants like we did in our model. So that's going to be the control, and this is going to be something else. Ugh. Right? Gotta get them all. I'm wondering if there's any docking thing with the spaceship. The spaceship's another big one, and I'm hoping that I can use some of the pieces from this. So these were the 3 main sets. You had the space station, you had the little rover, and then you had this guy. And this guy's got a couple rad canopy pieces to be used that you could use somewhere as part of your moon base set. But more importantly, it's got all these like 2x4 curved slopes that are, and then these like rounded plates. So there's a lot of really good pieces in here that can be reused. These tiles with the clips, put some solar panels on those. Just scatter them all over your base. These big things with solar panels, use those, scatter them all over your base. So hopefully all these will be able to be used to some extent. Yeah, well, I can do one bench. So the one that I designed was a control center and then 3 plants. But then another dome can be 2 plants and a bench and a control center. So it can be mix and match. The one I'm going to build out of what we got is going to be the 3 plants. And this one can stay the same it was. And then the other 1, 2, I guess that's it. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Can be just mostly plants because you're going to need more plants. The bigger the base is. You need them for food, you need them for oxygen, that kind of thing. But let's just do plants here for now. So we've got a bench. This will be a bench, right? Yeah. So it'll be control center, bench. We'll get rid of this one. So January is almost over. Is everyone going to go get your February 1st sets? The Kingfisher, the Ornithopter. I think Roses is out already. The Botanical. All right, so going back, let's see where this starts at. So this starts as, it's going to be a bed. So we'll do this guy, and this guy. And then this guy will cover it, right? Yeah. So I'm going to go see if I can grab couple of these real quick. Saving money for parts orders, fair enough. Yeah, I'm debating because that's why I was trying to limit the parts that I was ordering for the Horizon machines. Oh, I needed that too. Shoot. Limit those part orders because I knew I was going to try to order some more sets, have other things coming up in the meantime. So, yeah, I think my part or my set thing is really going to have to be like a home run kind of ideas set. Like, I think I'm done getting a lot of the other theme or creator kind of sets because while it's fun building, at the same time, I'm like, I'm just going to be doing mostly my own stuff. And that's hard to kind of justify the expense and the room. How un-American of you. Yeah, get out there and spend, man. What's wrong with you? Capitalism is counting on you. All right, so I would also need, let's double that up. So it's going to be how many? 5, 10. Just go get my little plant thing. Thought I had more green in here than this, but we'll make do. Might have to dip into my dome thing. Your spending trickles up. Don't let the system fail. I don't want to use too much of this because I know I'm going to use this on horizon. So, you know what? I thought I had another bag. So in an interesting turn, I may have to come back and populate these with plants. Because I have a lot of these leaves and stuff, and some of these, and some of these, but I don't have a ton of these, turns out. What's in the center of the dome to lock it together? So in the original set, there's nothing. It just sits up here like that. It's just a friction, just kind of sits there. What I'm thinking of doing for the Mars base is it's going to have to sit on the top by itself. So it'll sit... It'll take this piece off, starting here, and this thing basically sits on top of this, like that. So if I get rid of all these things, it sits on here like this. So it'll still sit on there on this plate. What I'll end up doing is taking this part out. You can see there's a Technic axle in there. They have those axles that are like that long, so I may just run a couple of those up to kind of hold them together, because they go through the whole. They'll go through the whole thing. You can see that down there. So that's the plan. We'll see how that works. This one is nice because it has a little dish where those connecting bars can be a little lower. So I think what I'll have to do is something similar, but that dish doesn't have you or allow you to have that Technic bar going through it. So I might have to do something with another round plate, like lower down. That might hit the astronauts' heads. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Well, nothing connects the top of the dome. They just sit like that. In the design version that I've got, where did it go? They're being kind of held together by this clip thing, and then nothing on this side. So it just kind of will have to bump into each other to stay in place. So there's hinges at the bottom, and at the top, these two will connect to each other to kind of like stabilize it. And the other two sides will just kind of have to fall into place and hopefully not fall all the way down. I don't know how that's going to work yet. I haven't built one. But yeah, so. Yeah, so we can keep that guy there for now. Let's keep putting plants on this guy. I didn't have any more of these, oddly. I don't have any more of those. They really are good pieces. When I first saw them, I'm like, oh my God. And it was the, Friends Botanical Garden, and they came in clear. And so that's right when I was designing this for our group. I was like, they need to make those in, like trans blue, so we can make space sets out of them. And like a week later, we're like, oh, the Mars base sets came out. We're like, yes. So I'm gonna do this. Can't really tell. I think that's in the middle here. And here. And then one more. Because I'm going to repeat it over here. What's up, Brett? Nothing falls down. Just don't press on the center too much. That's good to know. If I'm building this up, I think I'm going to replace that build, because that's kind of like if you're just doing a dome, do this. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill it with columns all the way up, so it actually does stabilize. All right, so this has got a sprinkler on it. I don't know how I'm going to do sprinklers on that side yet. And this actually does have sprouting plants, so I can kind of get away with some other things. Mayo's here. What's up, Mayo? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. This carrot is not going to be used, probably. I don't know. Then we got a couple of flowering things. Need that extra one. I do have flowers somewhere, so that'll be good. I've got those flowers, so we can stick some flowers on the other side if we want. So this other side, let's just kind of randomly... I don't think I have another... I'm trying to think what I can use here for the sprinkler system. You know what? They're going to have to hand water them. These are going to be the hand-watered plants. And I'm going to do... So I have a lot of these. A handful of these. Nope, that sticks. It's going to stick out. Well, that's why they can't do that. All right. Thought that would go in there. There we go. Make these a little more robust. Spent the whole weekend expanding my city, reorganizing my Lego in the garage, so I'm really tired. Why are you awake, my good dude? A couple of these guys down here, and you get one extra one of these. And hopefully these don't... The problem I ran into with a lot of these plants when I was setting them up is they ran into the dome. All right, so there you go. There's another side of plants. There's no sprinkler on it, but they'll have to hand water it. I did not watch the Doctor Who, so we are... You mean the trivia that we did? Yes, we enjoyed it thoroughly. In terms of... we're not current on Doctor Who at all. We are kind of waiting for our friends to be able to watch it with us, because they haven't seen it. So I'm gonna have extra here because I'm building one of these. So yeah, I still need these. They haven't seen. They're not current, so we haven't watched the latest with Shuti Gatwa. The Christmas special with him in it. Have not seen that one yet. I'm current. I'm all the way current on up to Whitaker. So we're just kind of waiting for them to catch up, and then we'll be current, and we can watch it all together. The trivia we did pretty well on. Hang on. Excuse me. The trivia was good. It was the four of us. And Beth had seen most of what they've seen. She's in the realm of I don't remember anything past this point. So they're all kind of caught up on New Who. She's gone back and watched Matt Smith and David Tennant repeatedly. So that's very solid for her. I'm the only one who's seen all of it. I don't remember a lot of it. I don't retain a lot of it. But I technically have watched every episode of Doctor Who because I'd gone back and watched the original. Oh, this isn't going to work at all. Okay, so that's not going to work. What goes on those tables? Anything? Oh, they're just tables. Okay, so let's see. What can I do? This can be... Where does it go? At the head of that? Make a little change. For these guys, it will be that and that. So it'll be... I'm going to get two... Hopefully this will fit. I'm going to get two white plates. The conference championships are this morning. Basketball? No. Football? I'm not paying attention to those, I'm sorry. I know the hockey All-Star break's coming up. Yeah, this isn't gonna fit. I have to rotate these plants all in. Thought I'd be able to like spread them out a little bit, but there we go. Okay. Now we can still have our end tables there. Although we probably only need one. So now we're going to do this thing. A little workbench. So in the model that I designed, the workbench is turned into like a computer readout. This is very sort of like, oh, we're making a little home in space where I've got scissors and there's a carrot. But I'm like, I think that would need like monitoring on like the plant, like the humidity and the the thing to make sure they're growing everything right. Like, scissors may not be like a huge function of their day, but whatever. I'm building the set like they want. The Octan Q1 conference. Is that a cricket championship? Floating carrot. So that goes like that. And then we're gonna do the central bit. So this is where it would be slightly different than that one. I'm gonna build as is, but I'm gonna go back later because it's already 11 something. I'm gonna go back later and see how to redo this without this dish and see how that affects the domes. Again, there's a little work table in there you can put stuff on, kind of in the central area. Don't necessarily think I need that. When it gets down to it, I need more stability than I do cuteness. So we'll see how this goes. But yeah, there's your, if you guys haven't built this set before, it's a little work table in there and you can put a mug on it or something. I'm also not going to put a sticker on it. There were stickers. I don't know what I did with the instructions. These stickers are actually really cool. I might put them on other things, especially with the kind of the classic space logo kind of thing on it. Maybe on other things that are a little more outwardly facing, if this is going to be in the center of something and it's going to go away because it's, you know, just go ahead and put the mugs in here because reasons. Mug in a bowl. It's like this whole dome is here to make one thing of soup. And some mail. I do like that. Oh, it's a postcard. And they have a trophy somewhere, so I'm not going to put the trophy anywhere. But then we've got a person. Where's the person? He's going to be sitting in here. Clue, today is Sunday. I mean, I would think it's Detroit and, I mean, it's NFL, right? Who do we got playing today? It's the Chiefs and the Ravens, and then the Lions and the 49ers. I think the only team that I really even care about is the Lions because I just kind of want them to win it all. But I have been like way out of the NFL for a while, so we'll put him in here, and we'll put these domes on. Oh, that's backwards. Wondering why those were exposed right there. Trying to debate on. So Austin FC season is starting soon as well. A couple weeks here in Austin. This is going to be a problem. How am I going to get that off there? It is flush on there, my dude. My luck, this is also going to be one of the brittle. No, it is not. Hooray. Hooray for not brittle. This makes it much easier to get those end tables on. End tables. And, ooh, Yeah, let's do one extra one of these guys. Nope, that's enough. That's all they need. I will put this guy in here, and that can be the sprinkler system for this middle piece. And figure out how to get a trans blue something in there to make it look like water. That'll be the sprinkler system for that. Good. Okay, dome pieces, and then Bob's your uncle. Some of my friends will be disappointed whoever loses the AFC title. Broncos aren't in it, don't care. Even if the Broncos were in it, I'd be like, oh, I'll watch the Super Bowl, but that's kind of about it. All right. So if this wasn't here, let's see what happens. That wasn't there. What happens to these things? Yeah, it gets to the point where you can push against it a little bit, right? They'll still go down, and they'll run into stuff. But if they bump into each other, that's pretty good. Plus, there's stuff on the inside to keep them from going any farther down, so I'm not too worried about it. In fact, I might leave that here open, because then what we can do, let's go ahead and try this. It was these pieces. We'll just do this. So here's two domes together, right? And I think what I want to do is figure out a way to, since I want to make it taller, and I also want to make it seem like more of a way that they can get into the tubes, is first of all, the first level will probably be, or the top level will be like that. Well, I don't know. I never liked the idea that there's no way for them to get into there. Even in the set, right? There's no way for them to get into that. There's no stairway, there's no opening. They would have to like open up one of these sections to get in here, and that sort of defeats the purpose. So in the design, I tried to keep that hole open in the middle right here. But that means the plate also has to be open. But at least it looks like there's an opening here, you know? Otherwise... Sorry, unplugged my mic for a second. I have got to strap these cables up better than this. Let me know if you can hear me okay or not. I can see the thing moving, just making sure. Also, nobody told me this. It's the same across the whole thing, hopefully. Yeah, okay, cool. Cool, thank you. 4x4 round plate. Yeah. What I was thinking is underneath here, to give it the impression of there being a hole here, is I originally had... That's why I was getting rid of this when I kicked the mic out. Ooh, a whole lot of stuff just fell apart there. So let's say this is 16 by 16. So if we did, I want to leave a hole in the middle there. We've got plates. I think Zissou is really delayed. Are you still with us, Zissou? Just now saying hi to Brett. I think you're Or maybe everybody's delayed. I don't know. It seemed like Missy and James were like real quick. Yeah, there's a new Doctor Who 2 days ago. No, I think because I had posted something on my channel about going to Doctor Who trivia, and we did fine. We didn't win, but we had a good time doing it. So, oh, you're going back through stuff. This. So the trick is to be able to do this, but retain structural integrity. Because this is doing a big load of, this is taking a load off the whole top portion of this. So everybody is delayed. Well, you don't seem too delayed, so that's good. Okay. So let's take off all of this and see what we're left with. Even that. So as is, let's do this. Because I don't want to put this all together and then go, oh, it doesn't hold up really well. But if I were to do this to make it so there's a hole in the middle here, let's now do this whole top layer and put it up here. No, that's not what I wanted at all. I want everything not that. So if I just put this up here like that. All right, so if all I did was replace this with these four things, where do I have to then fill in? That's a 2x4, so that can't hold it up. This is why we got fun 1x5s in our set, because first of all, everybody wants 1x5s. And 1x5s in white, because we've got them in black and gray so far, but nothing really else. So that's just kind of hovering there. This is attached to plates underneath the here, so I'm not too worried about that. That's on top of the. So if I replace these with 1x6s or 2x6s, doesn't matter what color. Nope, these need to go. I could even do 2x8s there. I'm trying to think of what I have more of. I think I have more 2x6s. And then put this back on top. Oh wait, these aren't being held up by anything now. Okay. So 4x6s, but that bumps into each other here. They make those plates that are like cutouts. These, they don't make anything bigger than that, do they? They don't make like a 6x6. I think that would be too much torsion. Yes, it is, Mayo. I'm building, so this is me making adjustments to what will be this guy, right? This is the main habitat right here. And then there's an additional, which I'm really happy with how sturdy it is. And then there's an additional section, which is from here to here, that is called an expansion. So when we ordered all these things, people ordered a main kit, which was this, just this, with this like greebling rooftop. And then you could also get an expansion thing, which was this bit right here and a second module set. Now you could either have this part of the top or you could have a dome part of the top. So that's what people did. And then there's like tubes that I haven't put together yet. So the whole corridor things, they can be like these built corridor things, or they could be like clear tubes. So what I'm trying to do is I have a bunch of extra of these sets. And so I'm trying to figure out a way to make it so I can stack several domes all the way up. But I want to make it to meet, like I can just stack them just like that, just like I had it, just like this, and nobody would care, right? Everybody would be like, hey, that's cute. My brain then goes, well, but how do they get in there? How do they get into each dome? So instead of these, what I'll probably do I have the pieces here with me? Let me see if I can get those real quick. Because I don't know if I'll make tubes to go across to another platform if we're building up. I was thinking of also making a second, I'd take my second panel and instead of making another thing, I was thinking of making a drilling rig, but it'd be one that like, they would just come out of the one habitat I have and also have like a giant drilling rig. So I have all these parts that are supposed to be for horizontal tubes connecting the habitats. Because I thought it would be cool to have horizontal tubes connecting the habitats. And if you look, kind of picture, let's see if I can find it. No. My Drive, Lego, no, it's in TechSlug, project support. PNG file, Mars base combined. So you can see, you can't see any of that. You can see the idea that I wanted to do. So like across distances, like let's say there was terrain in the way and they couldn't, like all this stuff was here and they couldn't build a habitat on it. They could have these tubes connecting it. But for the most part, it would just be these corridors, right? That kind of connected to it. This part, the equipment lift didn't get included. The landing grid didn't get included. We had to kind of really narrow down parts. But I'm glad a lot of people bought the crater stuff. We included a bunch of extra part. Take care, Mayo. See you around, man. Yeah, the 6-round cutout would be good. I was thinking of that too. Anyway, I'm going to take all these, and instead of making the tube connector, I could make come on. These instead. And then like kind of show a little bit of maybe a ladder of some kind inside there. So I got to figure that out. So this is going to take a little longer than I think I'm giving myself credit for. Which means I will have to really not do much of else for the next few months. I've got this and the so this could be, well, I did that wrong. No, that's fine. I'll do it this way. Whatever I do also has to be able to be built to travel. Sorry, I had to throw this together real quick. So this sort of negates now, getting it this size, negates how big or how I can get a Technic pin through there, because now I can't get a Technic pin through that. But something like that. And of course, yeah, that's not terribly stable, but or it can be like, I don't have to do that. There are other panels that we have, and I think there's some in here, like this size. Yeah, like even I can take that, just take that off, and take this off. This is a clever little thing, but I want to not have it on here anymore. Something like this, where it doesn't have to be clear. That ladder doesn't have to be there, but something like that too, right? Something like that. And I think I've got quite a few of these sort of quarter panels, either round or not. I think I have quite a few of these, so I can make that. That way you don't have to worry about it being clear, and like it, you know, how it looks on the inside doesn't really matter. But then this thing can be replaced by, this can have a ladder on the inside instead of like, we can put this ladder kind of thing on the inside here. So at least it looks like you can climb up into the next section. So that's what we're working on. I have no idea where I left off, so I'm just going to try to put some of this stuff away. But yeah, this is a good idea, but again, they don't make these pieces this big, because it'd be great to have this piece. At least I don't think. I don't have any 8x8 round pieces. Plate round. Let's look it up. Plate round. Oh, they do. I just don't have any. So a plate by plate, an 8x8 round will have a hole in it, right? And then it can hold up these guys. And then, yeah, so that'd be cool. All right, so Bab was saying these cutout pieces, which I really like. And I actually tried in the original model to include those in the original design for the Mars base, but I had to make cuts because I was running out of part numbers, so I made some quick changes and got rid of a lot of the a lot of extra stuff in the dome specifically, and then I got rid of a lot of the stuff in the like the whole equipment lift got left behind, and the landing grid got left behind. So what he's talking about is these, I don't know if they'd be listed in here. I think it's modified plate. It might be wedge plate, but it's technically like a 4x4 with a cutout here. So it's like these. And I have a few of these, but these would be great to allow for a section in the middle here. So I think I have 4 exactly. So I can do this once. That's the other thing, is I want to be able to do it with parts that I already have. And I think I have them over here. I think I have them in dark blue. There was a Creator 3-in-1 set that had these in dark blue. It was a dragon that could also turn into a something or other. So I might have some that are dark blue. So if I do this 3 times, I guess I'm okay buying a few of these if it works. So if we use these instead of, let's get rid of these 6x6 and see where this leaves us. Should be able to go in there, right? No, because those plates are in the way. And those plates are in the way because I needed something to hold that all up. If I get rid of those, yep. Not on studio? What do you mean not on studio? So this becomes an issue because now I can do this. It doesn't leave a whole lot of room is the thing. Oh, I'm not on studio. Thank you. So yeah, this piece is the piece we're looking at, this cutout piece. And now the problem is, because I think I can put all this on top of that, right? I can put all that back. This goes away. Well, yeah, that goes away because I was just looking that piece up. This can all go back here. It all fits, lines up. I think I still need... Let's do that 6x6 plate again. In between here. Something like that. So now there's a hole in there. That hole is really like cool looking. I don't necessarily know that I like these little edges, but the original idea was for these is to have one ladder right here, just to be able to like have a ladder in there, right? But what you can do is, I think, is you can do this piece and it's a modified plate. To attach this to. This isn't going to hold up really well, but like that in between each floor, which is what I originally wanted to do. I don't know what color these come in. That one's black, so we're just going to do black because I think it's cheapest. So something like that. I would probably put some more pieces under here to hold it together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, that negates this thing though. I mean, they hold together nice, but if I put like another thing in here, it just 1, 2, 3, 4. So we just do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4 by 6. What does that look like? So those cutouts are great to allow for like corner things to be held together on the corner, but so do these plates. So I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, that's so oops. If I wanted to do something like that, I could. And there's there's your dome. Does that ladder stick down? So that ladder would stick down from that level, which is, can't really tell. One up from the white, which is one below the... Yeah. You would have to... Oop, we lost something. Don't know where that came from. So this part would be down in the habitat if I wanted to do that. Or if I wanted to have these round clear things, it would be in the round clear thing, right? So if we did it with one of these, we put it inside here and nobody would really see it, which doesn't matter. But if we wanted it to be in here, just sitting above it like that, at least down in here, it would have to be a certain height to fit into there. Like that. Or again, sticking down into the, if we took all this apart and did this, the design in Studio, we'd have to take that all apart, redesign it so it fit on top of the module, which means we'd have extra of all these plates. So I'd have extra with these 16 by 16 plates, which would be great because we could use that for like the drilling rig, like the base of the drilling rig, have a bunch of those stanchions underneath it and have a lot of the equipment here, and then have like the rest of the stanchions going way up to like the top of where you would put in. Normally drilling rigs though are weird because terrestrially they would be, and I don't know how they do this in real life, but my guess is they drill down and they have like they have extensions to put at the end of the drill, and the drill extension, right, goes down until it's almost ground level, and then they horizontally bring in another extension and raise it up to the level of the gantry, and then attach it to the extension and let that keep drilling down, and then kind of repeat the process, which is why drill rigs are so tall, because they need to like hold that extension as it's being drilled down. That's my guess on how it works. I've never watched it or anything, so I don't know. But I think even on Mars, if they were drilling down into what they felt was water, maybe an aquifer, I don't think they need to go that high. I feel like oil drilling is really far down there. Who knows? All right, so we've got two domes here, and a disassembled rocket and a disassembled Mars base over here. So there's portions of the this Mars base that I might use in recreating the habitat and the dome. I did like some of these extensions So I may use those for something. I also like the way this kind of raises and lowers. That's very cool. But I don't know that I'd use that for anything. I'm a real big fan of these airlock doors though, with the robot arms. That's very cool. So let's see, what are we gonna do next? So if I were to take this part off the Mars base, let's just see how this would work. So this is, let's say this is the dome that I'm attaching to the Mars base. So the first thing I was gonna do is take, the problem is, and this is just a design failure on my part, this single layer of plate, in here, right, is really hard to attach to these slopes. And that's just because I didn't design it well. So there is extra stuff underneath all these slopes inside here. And I'm worried that as soon as I take this plate off, it's going to be almost impossible to get it back on.